Okay, so for the personal portion, I was drawn to the Empathic Oracle by Steve Wilson and Michelle Matuzas. It's an awesome deck. It's a really nice deck, and I felt drawn to it because I'm thinking maybe after Thanksgiving, there's some empathic clearing to do or some healing to do for empaths. Being that, of course, usually we're with a lot of people over the holidays. And if we're not, even if we're not, for a lot of people, the holidays are a hard time. And for empaths, you're going to be picking up on all that floating out in the ethers. So let's see, what do we most need to know? What do you guys most need to know for Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, November 25th, 2022. The moon's still in Sag. Late degree Sag, though. And it is in a square over to Neptune and Jupiter. So that's why I was feeling this deck is probably the best one. Okay, so the first card... Future. To think about the future. Just think about moving forward. I love this rune symbol. I thought that was the rebirth symbol, though. I could be wrong. I'm probably totally wrong. I haven't used my runes in like, I don't know, maybe 30 years. Runes and the I Ching and astrology were my first go-tos back in the day. And then tarot. Okay, second card, ground surfing. No, crowd surfing, yeah. Maybe this has to do with, look at all these faces that are in the background. Yeah, maybe this has to do with travel. Maybe this has to do with thinking forward into the travel situation. And that can be a little bit challenging. And our last card here is open heart. Aw, you know, that really is the truth. Our love is our only protection. So we don't really, when it comes to spiritual law, once you understand things, you don't really have to go around putting yourself in a protective bubble. We don't have to go around and do all these mental, what's the word? Oh, I can't even think of the word, but mental exercises, mental intentions, putting it out there. All we really have to do is stay in our hearts and keep our hearts open and stay in the love state. And the reason that is your only protection is because when you're in the love state, it pushes away negativity. It pushes away people that are fearful. It pushes away because because love is painful to negativity, right? To negative energy. So they tend to just kind of go around away from you. They're not drawn in. So when you're in a crowd, thinking into the future, anytime in the future, when you're going through crowds, do your best to keep your heart open. Do your best to just love. And if it's hard to get into the love state, think of someone or some pet that you love, even if they're not here on earth anymore. They're still alive and well in your heart. And when you go there, you can, if we just look at the beautiful golden energy here, it reminds me of, I don't know if anybody out there has ever studied Barbara Brennan's work. She recently crossed over, but she has actually 3 really beautiful books with a lot of illustrations about the auric field. So yeah, that's about all I have to say there. So keeping our hearts open to love. So, and that might be kind of challenging for me in this moment because next I'm going to do a little Kipper reading. Let me set the cards over here. I'm going to use this little tiny deck because I can, I don't have to move the camera up too high. But I'm going to do a little check-in to Ron Johnson, the dude in Wisconsin. I wonder if he's friends with, what's his name, that younger guy, Kyle Rittenhouse. Anyway, okay. Ron Johnson is much older. Doesn't look like he's going to be retiring. I don't think so from the political sphere. He's, if I remember right, looking at his chart, he's a triple Sag. I don't know. Let's just ask the cards. What is Ron Johnson's political future? Ron Johnson's political future. Let me go ahead and just do a little spread this way. I'm pretty sure I can fit 10 cards. So here's 1, 2. This one's lighting up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and if need be, I'll have the 2 at the bottom. Okay, so Ron Johnson. Okay, so here's the trajectory he's on. He has a lot of hope and vision, but then again, this is my card for foreign interests. I have illness, and it's right next to his, this is his card, and it's sneaking up behind him. Wow, I didn't expect that. And then we have court official. It might be one of those situations where it's a little challenging for him to make decisions. Sometimes that's what the court card is about. Other times it's about being investigated. And it could be tax, issues, but it's usually going before a judge, and you have to. He's looking at having to testify to for some reason or another. Could it be January 6th? And then we have the expectation card. This is when it comes to timing, this is my card for 3 to 5 months. But then we have the good outcome. So that's, well, it's kind of hard to mess up, but let's see. Oh, work. So he's going to experience at least a down patch with his work situation. Something new is coming in that will cause a very painful loss. That's an ending for him. So I don't know that it matters that we have the good outcome here. I know that with this deck, the cards, the images are beautiful and very positive, different than the other Ciro Marchetti's Kipper, but those cards are big. They're like tarot size, and I didn't want to have to move the camera. So anyway, maybe you'll get used to this deck. At the bottom of the deck, we have sorrow. This is like, the oh my God card. And a visitor. This can be a visitor, but it can be gifts. But it could be that he's so with the sorrow card, it's like the 9 of Swords in the tarot. It's being very, very tortured, with a lot of just excessive demands and worries and nightmares. And, if it's a person who drinks, it's usually hangovers. It can be somebody who's been into a lot of self-destruction. And it's also my card for violence. It's the same card that we usually, well, here, hold on. I have the deck close by. Let me pop it out for you. If I can get to it quickly. This card. It's this one. Despair. job loss. Major, major problems. And they don't go away easily. So this is at the bottom of the deck, and it could very well have to do with foreign, right? Foreign gifts, foreign money. Because I'm pretty sure he was one of those guys that went to Russia July 4th, 2018. Pretty sure he's on that list. Oh, these guys, I swear. But anyway, his future, his political future is that there's movement going this way, up over this way. We could look this way too, because these cards behind his back are not good. They're what they call inauspicious, because he can't really see it coming. The only thing he can see coming is an investigation, and or some type of a court, process. This could be the J6 committee, but I don't know that they're getting back together again, but they may very well have information already. The movement is going to bring him down in a pretty painful way. The movement of his work is to, and I'm knighting here, the journey, the soul journey he's going on is to be investigated with his in his work life. So in his political, this would be his political career. Having a good outcome behind his back, I don't think, having these cards knight together, I don't think is very well. I think he's expecting that everything's going to go okay for him, but then there's this surprise that comes in here. And so the illness card up here, which can be a down patch, maybe it's not a physical illness, but it's a major down patch at the very least. And he is an older guy. And with the illness card knighting to these cards, we can say that in about 3 to 5 months, he's going to have a fatal ending of some type, a painful ending, a loss of some type. So, yeah, it could be a lost job. We can only hope, right? So let's try to keep our hearts open to loving justice. Okay? Loving justice and having people that actually work for the people of whom they are paid by, work for the taxpayers, rather than a foreign asset, rather than being a foreign asset. And notice that the foreign card knights down here to the child, which can, this card is just about something new coming out, is what I'm thinking here. I don't know what else that could be. He's way too old to have children. And we don't have any other people cards around here, just him. So, okay, well, that's it, you guys. Be back soon. See you tomorrow. Bye.